Hello again. I am currently home from camp, and if this is your first time watching me, right now I am a camp counselor for a camp. And Saturdays are the only days I get to come back home. Today is Sunday morning. I have to go back today, and I'm okay with that. I'm not dreading it, so that's a good thing. Although there were a few times I came close to wanting to quit. But I just keep telling myself, like, let me just get through the week. Like, let me just get to Saturday, and I'll probably feel better. And I usually do. Yeah, so we're here. I spent yesterday with my boyfriend and his two friends that he wanted to introduce to me. They came from Idaho, and we went to do a tour of SpaceX, where my boyfriend works. But yeah, so it was very interesting being there because everything felt so dystopian. It was so dystopian being inside. And there was this point where we were inside where they were building, I think they're called boosters or something like that. And on one side, on my right side, I was looking at all the mechanics, and these forklifts and people welding, and I don't know, it was just a lot of machinery on one side. And then on the other side is this huge window where you can see I don't know if it was the river or the ocean, but you could see the ocean and all these birds that are, like just standing there or flying around. And I was thinking of like the crabs that were walking along the beach, and I was thinking like how much more I would enjoy being over there than over here. And I was thinking of the contrast, like, because SpaceX has overtaken my city. Like, there is so much there's so much wildlife that we have in the area that they chose, and it's just, I don't know, the land that they bought used to not have all of that machinery and buildings and like, do you understand what I'm saying? Because I can't talk right now, or the dog was distracting me. But yeah, and so I was just thinking about how like it felt so unnatural, and I was thinking like, is it necessary? Is it necessary to have all of this, to build these rockets to go to Mars, when we have all of this? Like, yeah. And then as we were there, I found this post, and it was my exact thoughts. Ooh, but before I read it, I just remembered a point where we were going up different levels, and we got to peek into a specific level, and my boyfriend was saying how when he first started working there, he was working in that section, and all these crabs had invaded where they were working. And I told him, I was like, was it the crabs that invaded, or was it you that invaded? And his friends were like, oh. But it's true, like, the crabs are just doing what crabs do, and they ended up falling in and dying there. But normally, on their, I'm thinking they were trying to mate or something, and normally they would be able to mate and make more crabs, but they ended up dying inside whatever they were building. I forgot what it was. And so, yeah, that should give you a visual of like where my mind was at the whole time that we were at SpaceX. And so then I found this post. It's a poem that somebody wrote. Oh my gosh, these mosquitoes. By the way, the mosquitoes are terrible at camp. I have so many mosquito bites. Okay. Yes, it's true. Yes, you have microplastics in your lungs, but you are also alive at a time when vaccines have erased plagues and diseases that once decimated whole cities. Yes, over half of American adults struggle with literacy, but you can access the sum of human knowledge in seconds from nearly anywhere on Earth. Yes, oh my god. Yes, housing is unaffordable, and wages are stagnant, but we are taking photos of black holes. Yes, your life is controlled by a few mega corporations, and we can't stop the wars because they're profitable. But remember to look at the bright side. The first space hotel is set to open soon. Maybe you'll be able to work there one day. That's literally what was going through my mind because I saw this future that they were planning. Because Starbase is literally a whole city, and I got to see it. And all the houses look super similar. There's a variety, but they all look basically the same. And they have everything. They have restaurants. They have sushi. They have bars. They have a pool. They have a skate park. They have a school. They have everything that they could possibly need so that they never leave. And then they built this like convenience of having this city so close so that their families can, what's it called? Like so that their kids and their wives, you know, like they can work there, or their wife can work there as well, and their kids can go to school there, and then they can go to work there at SpaceX. And I see Elon wanting to make this all of Brownsville and possibly all of the nation. Like, I don't think it stops at Starbase. It was so dystopian. Like, it seemed like I was in a movie, and this is like just the beginning. This is like the prequel to a movie. Oh my gosh, these fucking mosquitoes. But this is like a prequel to the movies. The main movies are in the future where all of this has overtaken and everybody works for SpaceX. Everybody's building rockets. Everybody's working for these more mega corporations. And all of originality, uniqueness is just erased, and everybody's the same and doing the same and working in the same place, and I've seen that like the stocks are such a huge incentive for people to continue working there even though they're basically selling their lives away. Because they've made millionaires, 4,000 millionaires just like a week or two ago. And it's all just imaginary money, or who gives a fuck about this? Who gives a fuck about this? Like you're having to go to work and slave yourself for 12 plus hours, working 80 hours a week, and like, anyways, I'm just very afraid of where my city is going and where, I don't know, where the nation is going. I just want to go to Thailand. I just want to be in Thailand already. I don't know. I feel like it would be different, and I'll get to be surrounded by people who, I don't know. Let me let my dog in. Okay, so another thing on my mind. And I don't know if I've really talked about this, but me and my boyfriend have very different points of views, I think. And we're both very stubborn. And a part of me, or maybe he thinks, I don't know if I think it, but I think he thinks my stubbornness is like arrogance. Like I refuse to ever adopt his beliefs. Because I already did, I already left it behind. He believes that the only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ, or believing Jesus Christ sacrificed his life for him. And if we weren't together, then yes, that wouldn't bother me. Believe whatever you want. But we are together, and he loves to talk about the future. I mean, so do I. We love to talk about the future and about fucking marriage and kids and and I've already told him I can't marry him if we are not on the same page when it comes to that, because it's going to be very confusing for the kids. And I didn't think that it would affect me, but it is, because we were talking about our wedding, and he wants to do this place because I want to get married on the mountains, but he chose this chapel that is has a good view of the mountains, but it has this huge cross in the middle, and I just can't, I want to cry. I just can't, maybe I have to be there, but I just can't, I can't get married at a place like that, because it goes against what I believe. I don't even want to have pictures of me and him saying our vows right in front of the cross. I have nothing against Jesus as a man, but I believe Jesus was a man. He was a man that reached enlightenment. He was a man that reached enlightenment, and he reached this really high vibration, but he never wanted to be worshipped. And I think believing that he sacrificed himself, it goes against everything he was trying to teach. Ultimately, I think he was trying to teach that you have to save yourself. You have to make better choices for your life. You have to let go of material possessions, and you have to just love God, obey God, have faith in God with everything that you have. And now they have made him an idol. And I think my boyfriend idolizes him. And he has a lot of trouble with some of my ideas, and it's not really my ideas. It's things that I have seen. I do think that the truth is objective. The truth is objective. The capital T truth. I believe that the sky is a firmament, but I wouldn't say that's capital T truth. Because who fucking knows? But there's another side of things where the truth has stayed consistent. Every time I do psychedelics, the psychedelics show me or unveil the truth. Make me remember, or kind of removes the layers that I was using for comfort, so that I can see reality for what it is. And reality can feel really overwhelming sometimes and scary, but also really fucking beautiful. It has a dual nature to it. And one of the things that I have said is that we are all God, and God is experiencing itself through all of us. God is projecting this illusion through our consciousnesses, through us. We are all projecting this illusion, or this dream. We're living inside the dream. And he has a lot of trouble with that. Like, he's like, no, like, I don't want to believe that. And I get it. I didn't want to also. But I am seeking truth, and I have accepted that truth. And now I'm just living the dream, or I'm just playing the game, or I don't know what a good analogy would be for it. I think playing the game is the best way to put it, maybe. No, I don't really like that, because it makes it feel less personal. I'm experiencing the dream. And I've kind of stopped seeking the truth, but the truth is, I don't know how to explain. I'm just living in the truth now. I have accepted what I have seen, and I'm just letting God teach me as I go, and I am opening myself up to the truth. I'm no longer seeking, but I had to start in that initial spot of seeking. First, I had to seek, and then the truth found me, and now I'm just living in it. And I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to do psychedelics. I want to do DMT again. I want to do ayahuasca. I want to do salvia. Like, you know, I want to be a shaman eventually. And so I have to go through a journey of unveiling, and learning. And so I'm going to continue to do that. And I worry that because it can feel very heavy when I do psychedelics. It's very beautiful, but it can be very heavy, and I just want to talk to somebody that fucking understands, or who has seen what I have seen, you know? Who won't make me feel like I'm fucking crazy, because I know I'm not crazy. Because the truth has stayed consistent. It has shown me the same thing over and over and over and over again. And so, just like, even though he's just a really great guy, and he takes really good care of me, I still kind of, oh my gosh, my fucking phone isn't working. I still feel alone. Maybe that's the point. Anyways, let me show you. I want to show you where I want to get married. Well, first let me show you where he wants to get married, then I'll show you where I want to get married. So where he wants to get married is called the Pretty Place. Like, and he's like connected to this place, and I don't want to take that away from him, but I don't like it. Like, that's not what I envisioned for myself. Like, I can't get married there. And for me, I either want to get married something like this, like open, or I want to get married in a lake surrounded by mountains, or something like this. And then, look. I don't know. Oh, this is pretty. And so then he was saying, like, well, what if we just have two ceremonies? Like, one there where he wanted with the cross, and like one where I want. But I don't want to do that. Like, and he said just so that his grandpa can, like, feel comfortable or whatever. Like, see him get married, like, by a fucking cross because his grandpa's really religious. And so, I don't know, I just, like... I'm just really fucking stubborn. And I don't care what his grandpa wants. I don't know, I just feel bad. And, like, it makes me think... It makes me think that maybe we're, like, not meant to be. Even though there's, like, a lot of reasons why I think we are, but... Future-wise, if he really just never changes his viewpoint, or, like, you know, I don't know, it's just, we have to be equally yoked. I don't know if you've heard that term. If you're religious, it's like, you know, we have to kind of find this understanding, have the same understanding, or it's just not gonna work. It's just... And I want him to believe in what he wants to believe. I want him to get married where he wants to get married. But I also want to get married where I want to get married. And I also want to believe what I believe. It's not that I want to. It's just like, I'm not willing to go back to that mindset that he carries. And he wants me to. And the way that I want to raise my kids is probably going to be very different from the way that he wants to raise his kids. And it's so funny, because, like, we're so early on. And so, ultimately, like, I don't mind if this doesn't last forever, and I think he's meant to be in my life right now. And I am learning a lot from being in this relationship with him. But... I don't know, before I even met him, I thought everybody was temporary, everybody is a lesson. Okay, anyways, enough of that. One more thing I want to talk about. So the other day, I was watching this video. What is it called? There's something about the truth. Oh, it's literally just called The Truth. ... By Ryan Robinson. You guys should go watch his channel. Every time I watch one of his videos, it feels like it activates me. And I admire that, because that's something that I want to do for the people that are watching my videos. Like, I want my words to activate you. But you guys should go watch him, because this dude is, like, tapped in. He gets it. But he was talking about how the truth just kind of comes or reveals itself when you're sitting when you're sitting in silence. And I've really resonated with that because a lot of times I've sat out here in my backyard in silence, and this understanding, I just suddenly understood everything. And when I experience that, I want to share that with everybody. But the way that I put it, I had commented, I had said, what did I say? Oh, I want to share it with everybody, but it's just an individual journey of remembering. Because we all know the truth deep down. We just have trouble accepting it. Or we have trouble seeing it clearly. Like, we get lost in distractions or distortions. So yeah, the truth finds you in silence. And it's not every time. It's certain times. It's divinely orchestrated when we remember the truth. But I found this post that was very aligned with that. The same inexpressible truth is experienced in two ways: as self-luminous silence, or as the eternal play of the one. I think, or the specific part that stands out is the eternal play of the one. Because right now I'm working at a camp. I'm working with kids. I am very playful, or I was very playful in the beginning. And I went because I was craving lightness. I just wanted to live lightly because the truth can feel heavy a lot of the time. And seeing things clearly or seeking truth can feel really heavy. And so I just kind of wanted to forget about it for a while and have fun and play. Ultimately, I wanted to play. And I am now. And it felt wrong, like that I'm not thinking so deeply anymore, you know. I'm not contemplating God or the universe, because I don't need to contemplate it, because I just already know, like, it just is. It is everything, and God created this so that I could experience my life, so that it could experience life through me, and so I have to just live my life. That's the way that I'm gonna feel lighter. And so I am, and so a lot of times I'm just walking and I have no thoughts. And then I'm thinking about the fact that I have no thoughts, and sometimes it feels wrong that I don't, but it feels very relieving at the same time. And it feels good to just be bubbly and to be loud. I realized that, you know, being at camp kind of helped me unmask myself, because growing up, like, I was always too much. I was always too loud. I was always too playful. And at camp, they encourage that. They want me to be playful and loud. And, yeah. And so, I don't know, I just find it really beautiful that I can do that now. When before, I think I took life too seriously. And that's just the phase of the term spiritual awakening is coming to mind. You know, I started off in that low place, and then I think I've elevated to this high place where like none of that really matters. It mattered at the time. It doesn't matter anymore necessarily. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but like everything that I was shown, all that truth is important. It exists. It is. But it doesn't mean I have to rest in it anymore. I can rest and play. There's this mourning dove that is right in front of me, and I'm watching it make its noises. It's like the first time I've ever seen that. It just flew away, so I can't show you. Another thing that I read that I think is relevant to what I'm saying is this. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now. Not who you would like to be. Not the saint you are striving to become. But the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. I'm going to read that again. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out. Touch in. Let go. I think I just let go of the heaviness. Sometimes it creeps up on me, but then I just let it go again. And I'll feel better. And I'll feel lighter. We are more in control than we think we are, but we are also less in control than we think we are. That's a paradox. I'm not gonna over-explain it. You will understand one day. Unless you already understand, which would be great. I feel like maybe that's why you're finding this video. I feel better. I'm taking things one day at a time, as I've said for a while. And I feel better when I focus less on the future. Earlier I was talking about, when I was getting married and I was worried about that and all that shit, but who knows, it's probably not even going to be a problem in the future, and maybe he's going to end up agreeing with me one day and be like, okay, yeah, we cannot get married in front of a cross. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm just here. In this moment. And I only want to be here in this moment. It's where I feel happiest, where I feel lightest. It's where I belong. This moment is where I belong. I like that. I think I'm gonna title this video that. But yeah, I think I've come to the end of everything that I wanted to talk about. But thank you for watching, and I'm sorry I don't post as often. Like I said, I am working as a camp counselor right now, and we're not allowed electronics. We have to put them in a locker, and I only get Saturdays to use it and like 2 hours to use it daily. And yeah, so I just, I'd rather spend that time like talking to somebody or using my phone, like scrolling through TikTok. But I set aside time today because today I finally felt like I had things to talk about, and things that I was thinking about, contemplating, that I now understand. I don't know. But yeah, so sorry, but I will keep posting, just maybe not as often, at least once a week. But yeah, anyways, I love you. Thank you for watching. I hope you understood what I was trying to say. I felt like my mind was in a lot of places, but it is what it is. Have a great day. Be free. Love yourself. Be who you are right now.